our Sing Australia group, and for the briefest of moments, I contemplated if we should sing our way through the ceremony. Although Fiona and Viv would be more than capable of carrying a tune, I thought it would be quite torturous to inflict my singing voice on you all. However, it is my honour to conduct today's ceremony, recognising their union, and we are all privileged to be here to join them as their witnesses. Today, they stand before you as they choose to legally join their lives together and share both joys and responsibilities. They will make a commitment to each other based on respect and trust, as well as the love that is so obvious between them today. In a relationship, we give ourselves freely and generously into the hands of the one we love. And in doing so, each of us receives the love and trust of the other as our most precious gift. But even as that gift is shared by two people who are in love, it also touches the friends and family members who in various ways support and contribute to the relationship. Fiona and Viv wish to thank you all for your love and best wishes, and are delighted that you are here to be part of this lifetime moment. Special thanks to those who have travelled from Dunsborough in the south, Wollongong in the east, and as far afield as Scotland and England. Weddings do bring together family, and I know there have been some wonderful times spent together leading up to today. Marriage is a vital social institution. It is the exclusive commitment of two individuals to each other, nurturing love and mutual support. It embraces companionship, intimacy, devotion and fidelity. Marriage is a legal choice to accept another person for all that they are and all that they may become. It is a promise to always and forever love another person, despite what imperfections they may have and despite their differences. The decision, oh, there's some looks going on up here. The decision whether to marry and whom to marry is one of life's greatest acts of self-definition. The act of standing in front of witnesses today and publicly committing and declaring their love for each other will give Fiona and Viv's relationship not only a legal binding, but I believe an extra layer of richness and depth. I would now like to invite Harold forward to share a reading with us based on words from His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama.
Instructions for life in the new millennium. Take into account that great love and great achievements involve great risk, and that a loving atmosphere in your home is the foundation for your life. Be gentle with the earth. Be gentle with one another. When disagreements come, remember always to protect the spirit of your union. When you realize you've made a mistake, take immediate steps to correct it. Remember that the best relationship is one in which your love for each other exceeds your need for each other. So love yourselves, love one another, love all that is your life together, and all else will follow.
Thank you, Carol. Well read. Fiona and Viv met in the early 80s through a common interest in horses. Viv was then the owner of a riding school. They became good friends, but it was to be another decade before they realised that the love that grew between them was so strong that they knew they had to be together. Australia has always played a big part in both their lives, with their paths almost crossing in 1972. Fiona came out here in 1960 and returned to Scotland in 1973. And Viv's family moved to Australia from the UK in 1972, but Viv stayed behind in Scotland. They had a dream that one day they would move to Australia together. And in 2001, that dream became a reality. 20 years on, the final part of their dream is now being fulfilled as they stand before you, ready to take the next step in their journey together, with the exchange of their legal wedding vows, followed by personal vows which have been written by themselves. Fiona and Viv, before you are joined in my presence and in the presence of these witnesses, I am obliged to remind you of the solemn and binding nature of the relationship into which you are now about to enter. Marriage, according to law in Australia, is the union of two people to the exclusion of all others, voluntarily entered into for life. Fiona and Viv, before we proceed, I ask whether you are both here today giving yourselves freely to one another in marriage.
I do.
It's all affirmative, that's fine. Fiona Wilson Lamb, do you, with all your love, take Vivian Ann Burrows to be your lawful wedded partner in life, to love through the good times and the bad, through the joys and the sorrows? Do you promise to be her equal partner in a loving and honest relationship? Together, will you face all of life's experiences and share one another's dreams and goals, and be loyal to her from this day forward?
I will.
Vivian Ann Burrows, do you, with all your love, take Fiona Wilson Lamb to be your lawful wedded partner in life, to love through the good times and the bad, through the joys and the sorrows? Do you promise to be her equal partner in a loving and honest relationship? Together, will you face all of life's experiences and share one another's dreams and goals, and be loyal to her from this day forward?
I will. I love you, Viv, because you accept me for who I am, and I feel completely at ease with myself when I'm with you. You make me feel secure, a real security, not owning or possessing, not demanding or expecting. You have an inner strength and a quiet confidence that I admire. You turn any notions of gender on its head. You're just as happy and comfortable with a sewing machine as you are with using a chainsaw. Whether it's making a birthday cake for my grandchildren or building a shed, you apply the same amount of confidence and enthusiasm. I promise to continue and support and encourage you and be by your side through all of life's ups and downs. I will give you the space to follow your passions, your art, your music, and your trips to Bunnings. In the presence of family and friends, I, Fiona, choose you, Viv, to be my lawful wedded partner for as long as we both shall live. I love you, Fiona, because you accept me and love me for who I am, unconditionally. You are the joy in my life. I love your sense of humour,
your compassionate and caring nature, your selflessness, and your enthusiasm for life and adventure. I promise I will always love you, support you, and respect you, and I will willingly and gladly go with you wherever life leads us. In the presence of family and friends, I, Viv, choose you, Fiona, to be my lawful wedded partner as long as we both shall live.
Viv and Fiona, I will now ask you to exchange the wedding rings that are symbolise your love and unity. And I believe Fiona's grandsons, Joshua and Sebastian, have been keeping the rings safe. And please bring them forward, Sebastian and Joshua, thank you. And I think you know who you need to stand next to.
Then
I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a symbol
of our love,
and may it remind you
and may it remind you
always
of the words
we have spoken
today.
Fiona,
I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a symbol of our love,
as a symbol of our love,
and may it remind you always
and may it remind you always
of the words we have spoken today.
of the words we have spoken today.
Thank you, Burrows. Thank you very much.
Fiona and Viv, these rings tell the world that you have publicly declared your love for each other. They hold in them forever the happiness and joy felt by each of you today. These rings will stay with you always and symbolise your unity. And finally, these rings honour you and show your pride and your commitment to your marriage. Viv and Fiona have announced publicly before us today their commitment to each other. They have declared legal vows and have symbolised their union with the exchanging of rings. By the power vested in me as an authorised marriage celebrant, I now declare Fiona and Viv to be legally wedded lifetime partners. Please share a kiss to seal your vows.
Hello again, everyone. I realised earlier I didn't actually introduce myself. So my name's Craig. I'm Fiona's son. I think you all know Fiona. I'd just like to have a really quick word and just thank everyone for coming. It's been a wonderful day. I think you all agree with that. The effort they've put into this day has been enormous. They've been planning it for months and months. it's really, for me particularly, it's been really special. Now, I did have a really long, funny speech planned, but I was overruled, unfortunately. There's just two things really I'd like to say about my mum and Viv's marriage today. And I think the wonderful thing for me and my kids and my family are that my family has just expanded massively. That's great, primarily because I'll always have somewhere to stay if I want to come back. So that's a really great thing. The other thing is, and probably the most important person I want to thank, actually, is Viv, because she's got a job in her hand to look after my mum now. So, so please, could you raise your glasses and toast to my mum and Viv. Thanks. Just gonna, I think my mum and Viv now want to say a few words.
Hi, Fiona. Hey. Unlike my son, I have no notes. It's great you're all here tonight. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Closer, Fiona.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's great you all managed to come here today to celebrate with us. We'd especially like to thank both our families for their acceptance of us in our partnership together, and they've made things very easy for us. Thank you, kids. We're all very sad today, though. Viv's dear sister Judy sadly passed away from cancer in August and isn't here. She was a very important part of all our lives for a long time, and she'll be sadly missed. Now, we've been together for approximately 20 years, so it was a bit late to be given away. There are no fathers of the bride or best man, so it falls to us to say something about each other. Well, it's not been dull. We travelled to the USA, Holland, Germany, Isle of Man, Scilly Isles, UK, Thailand, Bali, Sri Lanka, Bratislava, Czech Republic, and Croatia. Did we go to Wales?
And Wales.
Oh, so we did. Sorry, Keith. In between, we travelled to Scotland and lived there for 2.5 years. And we rented a house, bought and renovated 3, and amazingly enough, we're still speaking to one another. We never had an argument until it came to Viv reversing the 5th wheeler under my guidance. But we did manage to do the big lap. Over to my partner.
I have to say something about Fiona.
Can you hear me?
I have to say something about Fiona. She hums incessantly. Now, all our Sing Australia friends will think humming is a good thing. But unfortunately, she only does 1 bar of a song over and over and over and over again. But I still love her.
You didn't turn the page over for me. No. Viv is almost perfect, except in her aversion to the kitchen sink. She will occasionally wash, but never dry or ever put anything away. She positively refuses to clean the shower after use, but I still love her.
Well, I'm somewhat obsessed about my workshop and my tools, which, when Fiona enters the workshop, seem to vanish. She still doesn't understand the difference between a rubber mallet and a hammer, and has ruined a few of both. But I still love her.
When Viv is approaching a task, she is completely focused on that task and can disappear into the shed or the artist's studio for hours and hours, even days. But I still love her.
Well, Fiona manages to lose glasses, keys, purses, handbags, and phones on a daily basis. Amazingly enough, they do turn up eventually, but waiting 20 minutes for her to find the car keys in her handbag can be very frustrating. But I still love her.
Viv, when driving, has a problem with her right and lefts, which become even more noticeable when she's dancing. But I still love her.
Okay. That's you.
So thank you all again. We hope you enjoy the rest of the evening. And we'll see you all on the dance floor. And I'd like, if you would, to put your hands together for the caterers, which I think did a very good job this evening. Thank you.
That's good. And Shiva song. Beautiful.